Bronzeville, also known as the Black Metropolis, has been a mecca of African American history, culture, and arts for more than 50 years. It's currently home to the biggest African American parade in the nation.
I do know how the book came about. It was part of the Defender, and they would reward the young people who were out selling newspapers, and they would honor them at a back-to-school picnic every year. And as the picnic grew, the parade grew and became one of, and I think, the largest African-American parade in the country.
This is the one thing on the South Side that they can all relate to, and it's food, fun, and usually no crime.
Bronzeville has a rich history here in Chicago, a renaissance, if you will. It was a haven for local jazz artists, blues artists, and it's got a revival that's coming back to the area where people are reinvesting in the neighborhood, reinvesting into the cultural institutions of the neighborhood, and it's a really exciting thing to see here in Chicago.
Bronzeville is one of the oldest communities in Chicago, and it was inherited by blacks, and got a lot of jazz that comes out of Bronzeville.
Although the arts are thriving, decorating your journey down the blocks, the bones of the community and the elders who built them are being forced out. As big corporations devour small businesses, condos replace projects, and property value triples, many of the elders are forced to leave the city, my mother included. So I decided to sit down with Tracy Lewis, a leader in the community, to see what the youth could do to fight gentrification.
So I am QCDC's Business Development Program Director. And as a Business Development Program Director, I manage all of our business technical assistance programs, which encompasses working with our neighborhood businesses. And I like to simply say it's helping them thrive, not just survive. I know that Bronzeville was one of the receiving grounds for African American residents, African Americans that came up from the South during the Great Migration. And due to our unfortunate history of redlining, which really limited the areas that black people could live in the city, we all congregated and landed on this particular area. And with that, Bronzeville developed as essentially a black metropolis. And so we had black businesses here, we were thriving here, several, there was a strong blues community that was developed here. And, a lot of that was lost in the 60s and 70s. The civil rights movement was a great thing. It opened up doors, and it created the ability for us to be more transient around the city, but the unfortunate thing with that was that it really broke up what was wonderful and beautiful about Bronzeville. And then you have public housing that kind of came in, and with the challenges that came with that, broke up again that business community. And so where we're at currently is, we're experiencing a redevelopment and a renaissance where people are interested in coming back into the city, coming back into Bronzeville, and really supporting and intentionally supporting black business growth and the redevelopment of the black metropolis of this area.
How do you think the youth could help bring up Bronzeville?
Well, I think there's a lot of opportunities with that. There's a lot of neighborhood groups that are actively engaged in a variety of areas in the community. So I would encourage young people to seek these groups out and join these groups, attend these meetings, and bring their perspective. I think a lot of times the youth perspective gets lost. But people like myself that have been working in community and economic development for a number of years, we realize that there needs to be a passing of the torch. And so, we need to teach our young people about the history, But sometimes the young people need to come in and teach us older folks about the future opportunities. So being involved in those neighborhood groups, it could be anything from block clubs to after school programs that some of our community partners facilitate that look at different development opportunities, getting involved in those type of opportunities, explore internships with organizations that are doing community development work. Over this past summer, we worked with several organizations that brought in interns from local high schools to really introduce them to the type of work that we do. So seek out those opportunities and be confident with your voice. Sometimes youth are brought into these types of meetings and events as kind of like a feel-good thing. It's kind of like a token thing, but if you keep at it and you keep attending these types of things and making your voice heard, us older people will start to take you all more seriously.